Hey, you. Yes, you. With the face. If you have one. Even if you don't, still, pay attention. I have awesome information for you in terms of building. Specifically, if you wish to build something with a face. Now, what might this something be? Well, it's basically been in front of your face this entire time, but mouths. So what I'm going to go over in this video is the many different forms of pixel art like mouths of sorts. Both the simplistic kinds used in like skins and more advanced kinds. Like there is like other like forms than the ones I'm gonna show you, but this is gonna be a good starting sample. So for starters, with Minecraft skins, often or even certain like really sprite-based games, you'll have very simplistic mouths. Like some will be just like dots, where it'd be like you would get the impression it's like a ooh face or something. Then there's like some of the plain lines going across by however far the user really wants or maker really wants the face to have a mouth going across for like a pretty plain expression. And there's like the light grinish smirk, which could very easily become a smiley face if you just like do that to the other side of it. It's just like three, then it's just like one on either this side or that side, just one above it and across. Then there's the slight frown, maybe even a bit of like a thinking face. Like I don't know about anyone else, but personally I kinda get this kind of a face at times when I'm just like I make a face like this at times when I'm thinking. Whereas like just like part of your the side of your lip just like goes down a bit and you're just like it's like you're thinking it could be but not quite at the same time, and there's like some kind of mixed match scenario in it, which could but this can also be used to be making a frown if you just do what you did to one side to the other, similar to that of like the light smirk to a smile face. But yeah. Then there's the showing teeth smile, where instead of just like a mouth or something, you would actually just use the teeth itself. For such, you could even just do this with like red or something, it'll be just like an open mouth or whatever. But you know what, there's other possibilities. We can just do it with teeth or something. Then we have like the sort of like a smirky show teeth grin or something. And it's just like how you would have like one side of your mouth a little more open than the other, and it would just like show a little more teeth from that side. And yeah, that's the idea of like this one. Then there's sort of like this open mouth show teeth thing. Now this kind of a setup I would say is a little more fit for if you're going to have something behind it and more layering effect, like just to paint the picture a little better. Let's say do something like that, and uh, maybe like that, and then maybe like attach like the rest of the face in. Like that's what I would recommend this one for. So yeah, you can kind of see where this really fits in now. And it would be kind of like something you would want to use with like maybe someone maybe creepier or something, or like really happy. And then this is you could probably imagine what I was thinking of when I put this one in. Like I'm sure some of you have seen that in Japanese emoticon, and there'd be like an eye there and an eye there, or maybe just like a circle, circle, and maybe inside of parentheses. Like, just sort of paint the picture a little better again. Something kind of like that. Maybe do a little something different with it. Wow. That is so off. Correct elevation. Just like parenthesis, parenthesis. Yeah, I think some of you know what I'm talking about, if not possibly all of you. Then, similar to how we have the straight line there, some people will just do the colors for the lips, which is kind of what I did with this gender swap skin, this female version of my regular skin. Only I might have used slightly more colors than one. But anyway, it could be done with just like basically the ideal lip color, and it could be like larger, long, or short, depending on standard and the idea of the person. Then here's the idea of like an open mouth, maybe kind of like terrified and like yelling or something, and like the tongue. And this is basically what people would use for like the awesome face and whatever. Some people call it the epic face, but it's basically the awesome face. And then here's more toward the idea of lips, where yeah, you got the bottom part, you got the upper part. It's lips, kind of small, but could be defined as lips. And this is a version where you know that effect when it goes from bigger, where it goes to smaller to bigger, the more detailed you can become. This is a good example of that. It looks more like lips like this, and going one more lengthwise, you can make it look even more like lips. Yeah. It's something else people tend to do in terms of skins or certain pixel arts, is that they will just do, instead of doing an actual mouth, they will just set a mustache where they want to signify the mouth be just right below. You know, it'd be like a mouth right here or something. And something some people will actually do is they will use white for the teeth of the mouth, just sort of like smiling with a mustache and maybe a beard or something. Just like beard underneath, and like the rest of the person around it. Like there's a lot of people that'll have that kind of a thing for their Minecraft skins and such actually. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with doing like having a skin like that, really. Sort of my famous need to paint the picture better. Sort of complete the thought a little more correctly, more adequately. Yeah. Or maybe even like right there or something. Actually, just even ignore the nose addition. But yeah, it is a method that people will do. And it's perfectly fine. In fact, oftentimes it goes quite nicely in most skins. Of course, I can't really like do very good tones with blocks as much as I can in a skin editor. But yeah, this is mostly just for ideas. Just gonna punch this out, and I'm gonna continue with my last sample. So this is a bit of a bit more above and beyond sample of pixel art, of like pixel arting a mouth. The idea of having, like, this is for something larger, really. The idea of having a large mouth, some teeth showing, and a tongue. This is more of like a detailed depth kind of design, though, than a lot of these other ones. Like, this is something, if you want to, like, try something on a bit of a different kind of scale, a different kind of method or level even, by all means, try and these other things, and, like, even goofier, larger styles and combinations is perfectly fine. But this is just something you can do. But if you do anything like this, I would highly suggest you make sure the back isn't very visible, because then it just totally ruins that feeling. So yeah, I think that's probably going to do it for now. Like, there really isn't a whole lot much else to really do with mouse besides, like, trying your own thing, which is something I highly encourage you to try to do. Pro tip, it makes you look like a boss. It really does. And something else, if you're going to be building teeth, alternatives to using white wool are iron blocks, of course, and quartz blocks, actually. If you use quartz blocks, it'll actually look a lot more consistently like teeth, like separated teeth and everything. Like, it'll especially go better with like these larger mouths, I've noticed. So that is something to consider if you are one of those people who will be trying such things. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and have a good day. Bye bye.